Hello YouTube, Luke here again. Next deck profile here for Legacy of the Duelist. As always, I do deck profiles for the Duelist Challenges that I do. So this is the cyber deck I ran. Let's start off with how many monsters we've got. 20 monsters exactly. So 3 Cyber Valley, 3 Cyber Dragon Core, 2 Chronomaly Golden Jet, 3 Cyber Dragon Dry, 2 Zwei, 2 Honest, 3 Cyber Dragon Overlay Booster, and a Cyber Eltonin. Let's see, 17 spells, 3 Cyber Repair Plan, Foolish Burial, 2 Instant Fusion, Limiter Removal, 2 Machine Duplication, 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, 2 Overload Fusion, 2 Power Bond, Raigeki, and 3 Reckless Greed, Extra Deck, 2 Panzer Dragon, 2 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, 2 Cyber Dragon Twin, 2 Chimera Tech Over Dragon, 1 Cyber End Dragon, Constellar Pleiades, 2 Cyber Dragon Nova, Volcasaurus, Terrace, and Gaia Dragon. Right, start off with Cyber Valley. It has 3 effects. You can use one of them. Now, when this card is targeted for an attack by an opponent's monster, you can banish this card, draw 1 card, and then in the battle phase, so it's good protection. Also, you can target one face-up monster you control, and this card banish both that target and this card, then draw 2 cards. It's handy if you get one of these Machine Duplication first turn. Also, the other one, you can target 1 card in your graveyard, banish this card and 1 card from your hand, and place that card on top of your deck. So yeah, the this is good with Machine Duplication first turn. Or yeah, maybe another time as well. You summon one of them, Machine Dupe, to get 2 more from the deck if they're in the deck. Use one of their effects to banish one other, draw 2 cards, and you got 1 for protection, possibly. And just, yeah, lots of draw power for them. 3 Cyber Dragon Core. Now, when this card is normal summoned, add a Cyber Dragon spell trap card from your deck to your hand, which is that Cyber Repair Plan. And yeah, I didn't run any of the other Cyber spell trap cards, I just ran this one. Just ran the Cyber Repair Plans. Now, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monster, you can banish this card from your hand, special summon a Cyber Dragon monster from your deck. Also, you can only use 1 Cyber Dragon Core effect per turn, and only once per turn this card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while it is on the field or in the graveyard. Chronomaly Golden Jet is once per turn you can increase the levels of all Chronomaly monsters you control, currently controlled by 1. Includes itself. Basically, it's just for rank 5. And, you can special summon a Cyber Dragon, normal summon this guy, and do a rank 5. Or if you got that Instant Fusion. Cyber Dragon Dry. Now, when this card is normal summon, you can make all Cyber Dragon monsters you currently control become level 5. You cannot special summon any monsters during the turn you activate this effect, except machine type monsters. This card is banished. You can target a Cyber Dragon you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects this turn. This card names becomes Cyber Dragon while it's on the field or in the graveyard. So they have like harpy sort of things where they become like, you know, if you lots of harpy monsters become harpy later when they're on the field or in the graveyard, sorry, not in the hand. Yeah, so these Cyber Dragon monsters become Cyber Dragon on the field or in the graveyard. Zwei's a bit or can also, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, if this card attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 300 attack during the Debris step only. Now, once per turn, you can reveal a spell card in your hand. This card's name becomes Cyber Dragon until the end phase. It's automatically Cyber Dragon in the graveyard. Honest, during your main phase, you can return this face-up card. Oops, what am I doing? For the field to the hand. Now, during either player's turn, damage step, sorry, when a light monster you control battles, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. That monster gains attack equal to the attack of the opposed monster who's battling until the end phase of this turn. Basically, it's a lot of protection and get over big monsters, etc. Cyber Dragon is if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Overlay Booster, if you control a monster with 2,000 more attack, you can special summon this card from your hand and face up defense position. You can only special summon 1 Overlay Booster once per turn this way. Now, during your turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up Exceed monster you control that has Exceed material. It gains 500 for each material attached to it. So it's a way of getting rank 5 on the field, and it also has a decent effect. Cyber Eltonin, it cannot be normal summoned. It must be special summoned from your hand by banishing all light machine type monsters from your side of the field and your graveyard. It cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card's attack and defense become the number of monsters banished for its special summon times 500. When this card is special summoned, send all other face-up monsters on the field of the graveyard. Don't think I even saw it at all, but I just put it in there as an option. It's a possible card I could play. Repair Plant. If a Cyber Dragon is in your graveyard, you can activate one of these effects. If you have 3 or more dragons in your graveyard, at activation, you can activate both effects. Resolve in sequence. Let's see, where is it? You can only activate one Cyber Repair Plant per turn. Now, the one is add 1 light machine type monster from your deck to hand. There's also target 1 machine type monster in your graveyard. Shuffle that into your deck. But yeah, it's a good card. Foolish Burial, send a monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can send like a core if you want, maybe something else for Cyber Repair Plant. It just depends on the time. Now, into Fusion, pay 1000 life points, special summon a level 5 or lower fusion monster from your extra deck. Special summon is treated as a fusion summon. You cannot attack and destroy during the end phase. You can only activate one of them per turn, but that gets your Panzer Dragon out, which is a machine type monster. Now, yeah, it's a machine rank level 5 light for Cyber Dragon and other rank 5 plays. Limit removal, double the attack of all machine type monsters you controlled at both the activation and resolution of this card until the end of this turn. During the end phase, destroy those monsters. But yeah, it's a good way of getting a big monster even OTK. 2 machine duplications. Target 1 machine type monster you control with 500 or less attack. Special summon up to 2 monsters from your deck with the same name as that monster. Already mentioned these earlier, but there's another good combo actually. If you target a Cyber Dragon core, its name becomes Cyber Dragon on the field. So when you use it on a Cyber Dragon core, you actually special summon 2 Cyber Dragons from up to 2 Cyber Dragons from the deck, and not them little dudes. That's pretty neat. Spell trap card. The field destroyed. Yep. Overload Fusion. Banish from your side of the field or your graveyard the fusion material monsters that are listed on a Dark Machine type fusion monster, which is Over Dragon. Actually, Fortress Dragon's still there as well. But anyway. Then special summon that fusion monster from your extra deck. This special summon is treated as a fusion summon. And let's see, you get your Over Dragon out with lots of attack if you want. Power Bond, fusion summon 1 machine type fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or your side of the field as fusion monsters. And it gains attack original to its original attack. So basically, its attack doubled. Now, during the end phase of the turn this card is activated, you take damage equal to the amount of attack gained from this effect at the time of the summon. It can, you can damage yourself a little bit, but it's a double attack monster. Sorry, its attack points doubled on that monster, so it can be very handy. Rogeki, destroy monsters your opponent controls, and Reckless Greed just draw 2 cards to skip your next draw phases. Draw power, basically. Let's go to the extra deck now. Panzer Dragon is just with instant fusion, but if it does have an effect actually. If you just instant fusion it and let it go to the graveyard. Now, if this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 card in the field, destroy that target. So yeah, it's destroyed by instant fusion at the end phase if you don't do anything. Yeah. Fortress Dragon, Cyber Dragon plus 1 or more machine type monsters cannot be used as a fusion material monster. Must first be special summoned from the extra deck by sending the above cards from either side of the field to the graveyard. You do not use polymerization. The original attack of this card becomes 1000 times the number of fusion material monsters used for its special summon. So as it says, you got a Cyber Dragon on the field. Basically, you can then use any other machine type monsters on the field to special summon it, including your opponents. So that's pretty good. Cyber Twin Dragon, Cyber Dragon plus Cyber Dragon. A fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above fusion material monsters. This card can make a second attack during each turn. So there's 2800 attack to begin with. Double that if you use Power Bond, plus double attack. Now, Over Dragon is Cyber Dragon plus 1 or more machine type monsters. Must be fusion summoned, cannot be special summoned by other ways. When this card is fusion summoned, send all other cards you control to the graveyard. The original attack and defense of this card become equal to the number of fusion monsters, material monsters used for its fusion summon, time 800. Each turn this card can attack your opponent's monsters a number of times equal to the number of fusion material monsters used for its fusion summon. So yeah, it can attack every monster on the field that your opponent has, possibly. Cyber End Dragon is 3 Cyber Dragons. Fusion summon this card can be done with the above fusion material. Now, if this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So it has 4k attack and piercing damage, so it's not bad. Let's see, Pleiades, 2 level 5 light monsters. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach a material from this card, then target one card in the field. Return that target to the hand, so it's compulsory for anything. Cyber Dragon Nova, 2 level 5 machine type monsters. Once per turn, you can detach a material from this card, then target one Cyber Dragon in your graveyard, special summon that target. Now once per turn during either player's turn, you can banish one Cyber Dragon from your hand or face up from your monster card zone. This card gains 2000 attack until the end phase, so it doubles its own attack. If this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can special summon a machine type fusion monster from your extra deck. Yeah, it's not bad. So basically, you might want to, get this guy out, Cyber Dragon. You want maybe a Cyber Twin, because they're not like where is it? Like this one, for example, it says cannot be special summoned by the ways. Like these ones don't have to be that way. But anyway, Volcasaurus, 2 level 5 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach a material from this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Destroy that opponent's monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. This card cannot attack your opponent directly during the turn you activate its effect, but you can always still attack other monsters. Tiris is 2 level 5 monsters. This card's effect can only be applied, resolved while it has exceed material. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. At the end of the battle phase, if this card attacked or was attacked, target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Destroy that target. Now during each of the end phases, detach a material from this card, so it does run out eventually. But I've got this Gaia Dragon here for others as well, since they're all rank 5s. 2 level 7 monsters. You can also exceed some of this card by using a rank 5 or 6 monster you control as a material. Materials attached to this card also become materials of this card. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So once again, another piercing damage, but yeah. Alright, so that's the Cyber Dragon deck I used during the Duelist Challenge. So until next time, thank you all for watching and see you again soon.